My uncle Kojo Bonsu from Mesha Palace, Apejafie, also thinking that this issue about foreign minister, we cannot joke with it. We can't joke with it. The foreign minister we need in Ghana at this time must be one who has true international business connections. You are in an IMF program already. You are not able to borrow from the commercial market. If you don't have a foreign minister who can go to Maldives, Abu Dhabi, Singapore, the non-traditional areas of getting money and support, if you don't have a foreign minister who can do that, Kojo Bonsu is telling them, Charlie, forget it. It's not going to happen. The developments won't happen because you're in an IMF program. So your choice for foreign minister must not just be about the political, legal issues I'm discussing. Must be a business choice for somebody who can go there with the mandate to bring business into Ghana. And he thinks, and the lobby for Kojo Bonsu says, that one has to be Kojo Bonsu, foreign minister. And now let's come to the two ladies. Hannah Tete exited the last government as foreign minister. So very similar argument to JM. John Dramani Mahama was president. He did one term. He left. He couldn't get the second term even though he wanted it. He's now come back with a whooping super majority to complete his second term. In the last term, his foreign minister was Hannah Tete. They went to UN together. They went to Commonwealth together. They wrote the speeches together. President Mahama is coming to sort of continue that last term that he had, as it were. In the circumstances, who best be the foreign minister with all the things that I've said that the foreign ministry needs? Shouldn't it be Hannah Tete? That's what the lobby of Hannah Tete is saying, that let's get to Hannah Tete. Betty Mold Idris's lobby is watching all of this and saying that, but if we have to have a foreign minister, and for some reason people don't want Hannah Tete, I can do it. She's been at the Commonwealth Secretariat before. She's a very senior person. She's been Attorney General. She's been Minister of Education. She has extensive international profile. She was president of the FIDA Africa. She's been big in formation of the voices for women using the legal profession across Africa to form FIDA Africa, FIDA Ghana. She's been a patron of FIDA Ghana forever. She has this wide experience and she has an ability to bring people together. Her husband is a long servant of the NDC, the Keda, Alhaji Mahama Idrisu. So, Betty Mold has a claim, doesn't she? Well, let's wait for John Dramani Mahama to see the decision. Let's begin with the one who is looking for it, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. He's desperately looking for it. Now, Ablakwa has been the ranking member for Foreign Affairs for the NDC in Parliament for the last 4 years. In his role as ranking member of Foreign Affairs, he believes he has been able to uncover some corruption and something untoward relating to government dealings with bungalows in Norway and some land in Ghana for some foreign service mission people. He's been whistleblowing on some of these things. So he feels that he has done a yeoman's job to bring himself into the position of a minister. His last exit from government was a deputy minister at education. Before then, he was a deputy minister at information. So he's been deputy minister at information, deputy minister at education. Now he wants to be a real minister, and his choice is foreign affairs, because in Parliament he's been working as the ranking member for a while. With all the things that have been said, do you think it should be Okudzeto Ablakwa? But he's the one looking for it. So what will be the responsibility of the next foreign minister? The next foreign minister is supposed to have an excellent relationship with the ECOWAS sub-region. President Akufo-Addo was exceptionally close to Alassane Ouattara, but that can change. Any Ghanaian president can be close to any Ivorian president, so that's okay. Ouattara will be neutral. Liberia is an important place to look at because they've just had a new government and it's picking up. Nigeria is over there. Then you have the critical ones, Burkina Faso, sitting right on top of Ghana, Niger, Mali. There has to be a certain stabilization in the ECOWAS sub-region. And the foreign minister of Ghana will be very, very important in that matter. It's a big issue. Also, West Africa will be reorganizing itself to now relate to the new authority in America, the second coming of Donald J. Trump. West Africa would have to look at, within ECOWAS sub-region, how do you relate to America? What is Trump going to do with America's foreign policy, especially the foreign policy that relates to Africa? What is he going to do with Millennium Challenge accounts? What is he going to do with AGOA? Is he going to scrap them? How do you penetrate Donald Trump's White House as an African bloc? The foreign minister of Ghana is very, very important in that conversation. Now, with that at the back of your mind, now the other thing is the foreign minister of Ghana will also have to police the narrative about Ghana relating to Ghana's relationship with the IMF. So Ghana has a relationship with the IMF now. We are in an IMF program. The program is expected to end in December 2026. The Foreign Minister of Ghana will have to keep an eye on that narrative. Bishop Salifo Mako's child has been sentenced to 6 months at the Senior Correction Center, and that met a lot of concern on social media. Many people were worried that, how can you have a guy who's going to kill somebody 16? Let me explain to you why that happened. Okay. What is the legal background to this? A look at the Juvenile Justice Act of 2003. Okay, Section 1. For the purpose of the Act, a juvenile is a person under 18 years who is in conflict with the law. So I'm guessing that the young man who was in conflict with the law was alleged to have done that unfortunate, very dastardly act which killed people. Very unfortunate. Apparently, he's below the age of 18, isn't he? A juvenile is a person under 18. He's 16 years old, and therefore he's below the age of 18. So this is what the law provides. Let's look at it. Second one, a juvenile shall be dealt with in a manner which is different from an adult, except under exceptional circumstances under Section 17. So the exceptional circumstances must arrive before the court can do something else with a juvenile. Section 46, the duration of the detention. It says, where a juvenile or young offender is ordered to be sent to a center, the detention order shall be the authority for the detention, and the period shall not exceed 6 months for a juvenile offender or above 16 years but under 18. So it shall not exceed 6 months. So actually, the judge gave him the maximum sentence.